It's a reset of tariffs. I just want to make this clear. Now, that's good. It's down from 145 to 30. It's a reset of the tariffs. Calmer heads are prevailing. We are talking to China. That's a good thing. And the stock market is saying, terrific.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
All right, so I would say he sounded pretty optimistic, Larry did, for now. That was last hour when he reacted with us after the U.S. and China agreed to lower tariffs for the next 90 days, a temporary truce, if you will. All right, looking at the Dow, it is, wait, look at this, highs of the session. Yep. Robert Wolf is here, former economic advisor to President Obama and a Fox News contributor. Brian Brenberg is co-host of the Big Money Show, and we're here chatting away on set. Okay, so Brian, to you first, because I was watching you on my little screen over here on FBN over the past hour. You guys were obviously closely watching the stock market.
Indeed.
It is back above the Liberation Day levels.
Yes.
Okay, so all that selling, we've recouped that now and we've moved higher. What does all of this tell you?
Well, a couple interesting things. One, if you held on and didn't panic, you're in pretty good shape right now. But number two, think about this, okay? You've still got 30% tariffs on China right now. Amidst all of this, you still have 30%, but the market is back up to those levels, as you said, at Liberation Day. So what I'm seeing here is a recognition that there's a tariff on China that small businesses can handle, medium-sized businesses, large businesses, investors can handle. There's a regaining of trust and understanding about what the president's doing. Uncertainty is getting pulled out of this equation, Sandra. And I think that's really important because if you take this environment, think about it for a second, take this environment, add on continued deregulation, you add on a big tax cut if it comes, and you get trade deals with the other big trading partners, the second half of this year, if the China thing can hold, could be a really great second half of the year.
It feels to me, Robert, like that's what the market is betting on. If President Trump could get at least this done, maybe there's more deals coming down the pike.
Well, first of all, I'm not going to be disingenuous. You know I couldn't stand the trade wars, and I was dead set against across-the-board tariffs. I wanted them targeted. So something like today I'm happy about. I agree with Larry.
Larry Summers said the same thing, by the way.
I'm in agreement with Larry.
Larry Kudlow.
All Larry. that the reset's important. I would just say to Brian's point, the reason the market's back where they were is because we're back where they were. Remember, we had the 20% fentanyl tariff on China. Even during the Biden administration, the 10% across the board went to everyone. So we're actually right where we should be. I like the idea that it's a 90-day pause. I wish it was a 180-day pause. I think we have to figure out how to deal with our frenemies on this. And China is the biggest frenemy we have. We have to work with them on some things, and we have to be complete adversaries in other things. I think we should stay tough with China. But I don't think we should have been across the board because I'm going to say what a lot of the Republicans say, like Steve Moore and others. It was a tax on the consumer. We're a 70% consumer-driven country, and so this was incredibly onerous. And that's why people were talking recession. The market today is saying, hey, maybe a big reversal here. I hope
well,
it
there
sticks.
are some questions whether or not he was sort of pushed into this. Edward Lawrence chose to ask the president about that. Are you letting China off the hook with this temporary pause? Here's the exchange.
Are you letting China off the hook for these 90 days, and do you really believe that they will follow through with non-tariff barriers and remove those?
Yeah, I think they're going to follow through. I think they want it very badly. I think they want the deal very badly. Again, this doesn't include the steel tariffs that I put on a long time ago. Now we have a thriving steel industry. It'll be thriving much more with what we're doing because this is the next level.
This is the next level, he says, Brian.
I don't. The whole let him off the hook capitulation thing doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, he slapped enormous tariffs on these guys, got the world's attention, and then said, we're going to back off and negotiate for 90 days and take it down to 30%. And all of a sudden, the same people who said he was crazy for going in big are now saying he's weak for coming back. You can't have it both ways. I agree that there was a lot of uncertainty that was created by all of this, but the uncertainty has created the space for everybody to come to the table. And I think that's a good thing. And if the momentary sort of blip we had in the market is the price to pay to get people to the table for better deals, who's going to say no to that? I don't think America's going to say no to that, frankly.
Okay, so we're all watching this stock market. And I think a lot of people at home are wondering, if this is such a good thing, are we only going to see markets go higher from here? Your prediction, sir.
I mean, I think if the trade war and the huge tariffs across the board and these embargoes actually take a hold, and we can actually get small businesses to get ready for back to school, get ready for Christmas shopping, then
Don't say that.
Well, that's what they have.
He's
by
thinking
the
way
way,
ahead here.
no, that's what they're doing for in supply chain right now. That's what they're ordering.
100%.
So I think if we get to somewhat business as usual, yeah, I think we can have a vibrant market again. But that's a huge if. This is a 90-day pause. This is a huge if.
I don't know. It sounds like an optimistic Robert Wolf statement to me.
See, I mean, you just get him in here and talk with him a couple minutes, and all of a sudden he's a bull again.
Yeah.
This is great.
Final, will you give us a prediction of some sort?
Well, I'll
here,
tell you
Brian?
one thing. It's not going to be business as usual. Okay, it's going to be a different kind of business. We've been focused on the tariffs. We're missing the growth piece of this. We've already invoked Larry's name once. To me, the story in 2025 is going to be growth when Congress gets this tax bill through and businesses have a really strong incentive.
And
to
don't forget
invest.
regulations. I mean, they've rolled back a lot of these regulations that is going to take months, if not years, in some of these industries for us really to feel the effects of that.
I don't want to be negative, but the tax bill is going to have more hurdles than we think.
You were doing
come
so
on
well
now.
there.
Yeah, no
for a minute.
kidding.
I had to end.
You were
I had
doing
to
so
end.
well.
Get back on the chair.
I appreciate both of you. Thank you very
Good to see
much.
you.
All right.